Enfim, é cadeira, vou mesmo. Eu perguntei ele agora, liguei pra ele. É cadeira. Eu pensei que ela ia café.
Aqui é só whisky.
8 de agosto.
Whisky, 3 pirras, whisky.
8 de agosto.
Whisky.
R$90, né? Mais do que de
Aí ela vem dar uns deixar tem café ali.
quantas pessoas quiserem aqui, eles compram, depois você transfere. E também se eu comprar no cartão, quando for 3, 4 dias antes, eu aviso.
Aquele cara que inventou é o Johnnie. A cartola do Johnnie ali, ó.
Ah, meu Deus. E eles coloridinhos.
Eita, bonito os bonecos, ó. Se tivesse esses bonequinhos aí por dentro, dá pra gente...
Miniatura.
Bora.
Ai, desculpa.
É, cartola. Estamos aqui na Kilmarnock, Empresa.
Peraí, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Veja, alguém aqui que não toma álcool, não, sem álcool, levanta a mão, sem álcool. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sem álcool.
Sim, não.
Sem álcool. Mas você não pegou sem álcool? Não, porque é sem álcool. Sem álcool.
then from George, just so let's see what they both have to say.
Thanks to John Walker's legacy, our team is now responsible for 200 years of heritage, history and the craft of blending. Johnnie Walker's flavour comes from across the four corners of Scotland. It's intrinsically linked with the people and the places where it's made.
We're taking single malt and single grain whiskies from dozens of distilleries across all of Scotland and balancing all of those beautiful flavours. Like John Walker himself, we might begin with a classic Islay whisky such as Calila, full of smoke with sweetness, maritime spice and hints of sea air.
Kalila is the sound of Islay and Gaelic. It's founded in 1846.
We use Bayside classics like Cardew, with notes of fresh cut grass, cereal, and mellow, ripe orchard fruits like sweet pears.
Cardew, meaning black rock in Gaelic, it was purchased by John Walker in 1893.
From the Highlands, we use Clynelish, with its lovely soft honeyed and tropical fruit flavours and unique waxy notes.
Clynelish, meaning green pastures, you could find specks of gold inside this river.
And from the lowlands, Glenkenchi, light and fresh, with top notes of flowers, fresh cut grass and nutty cereal.
And Glenkenchi, as it says, is the lowland home of Johnnie Walker. It's thus known as the Garden of Scotland. Johnnie Walker fell in love with a gardener's daughter. So maybe that's the reason why the whiskey that comes to Glenkenchi is so great.
Flavours like these are defined by the care and attention, the effort everyone puts into creating the highest quality whisky during every step of the process.
The aromas that we're just smelling were from Kalila. So folks, as our team have just explained, all of our Scotch whiskies are filled with amazing flavours. Now you might say they all have their own unique fingerprints. Now folks, if you like whiskey, you're going to love this wheel. It is the same wheel we just briefly mentioned in the last room. Now all it does is it showcases the flavours that go into our Scotch whisky. Some of these flavours were made before distillation, before going into the stills. They are smoky, tropical, fresh. Now the flavours on the lower half, like your fruity, spicy and creamy, we'll talk about in the next. So don't worry about that just yet. The 6 flavours in the centre of the wheel, they correspond with your flavour preferences and expectations. So if you get one of your friends and they'll let you in. Are you desperate? Yeah.
Ei, isso é uma fábrica de reprodução.
Não, a dose dele vem lá em cima.
Okay folks, just find a space where you can see this table here and all these whiskies around you, so spread it around and find the space in this room. Plenty of more space over here.
Fiquem aqui, ó, ao redor.
Yep. Fantastic.
Vermelho.
So, now that we have our new make spirit, filled with the flavours that we want, like your smoky, your tropical, and fresh. You want to bring your headset round? I'll see if it's not. Bring it, come round, come round. Come round. We are going to be focusing just on the lower half of the wheel today, guys.
Vocês estão funcionando?
Não,
No?
parou.
Give me 2 seconds, guys, then. Let's see. Nothing playing at all. Let me see. Okay. Close your eyes just 2 seconds. There we go. Let's see here. Can I... none of my headsets are working in creativity. Yes.
Okay, not sure if you're able to bring up anything. How far through are you?
Started. Literally just at the start. It is also a problem as well. 17. Next is the European cask. Now this matures your wine, like your sherry and port wine. These flavours are hot fruit spices, pears and clove. That's our spicy category. And lastly, we have a rejuvenated cask. Now this uses liquid from other spirits, like beer and wine. Now these liquids are imparted into the wood, which will then pass on to the whisky. Now if we were to use a rejuvenated Californian wine, you get red fruits and pits. So, now that we know the importance of the casks, the different types of fluid giving off these different flavours, that's what makes whisky Scotch. But whilst there are no rules as to how you enjoy whisky, there are some set rules how you make it. Time is quality. So in order to be Scotch, it must be matured for the minimum of 3 years. Inside oak casks within the borders of Scotland. We have casks that range from 7 years old to 15, 25, 30 and even 40 plus years old. Time helps the flavours concentrate, so that means that whisky will slowly evaporate, which is why older whiskies are so rare. And after 25 years, we can only expect to find half of the ingredients inside the cask. Now, here's the good news. We have got dozens of different casks being made from across Scotland, but if you to put them all together, you'd go from a dozen newly made spirits to hundreds of different flavours, representing an entire nation. Here in our collection room, we have several single malt and grain whisky from around Scotland. They are nothing in comparison to our liquid library of over 10 million casks. In Scotland, there's over 22 million casks. We have access to nearly half. Our collection of great flavour and rare whisky is like a chef who has these ingredients inside their kitchen. Now that is the way that they thought about it. They understood the idea of bringing these flavours together and creating something new. Now, some people say it's the power of blending, but it's really the creativity of making that brings all of these things together. Alexander was a skilled blender. He first introduced the commercial blend like the old Highland whisky. Now his son Alexander II built on his father's work. He created a recipe book which contains our formula of different notes and recipes, just like the extra special Old Highland whisky. Now our team of master makers followed Alexander II's example, but there is no set recipe. Whisky is a living substance, so all of our single malt and grain whiskies will change every year, which means that we need to adjust our blends entirely just so we can maintain the same flavour, quality and consistency. Now I'm going to hand you over to a blender called Craig Wilson. He will take you through what was known as the extra special Old Highland whisky, which is now known as Black Label.
Drawing from the best flavour palette you can imagine, we create the unique, complex and balanced layers of flavour that people have enjoyed since Alexander Walker's time. And unlike some of our whisky cousins in Ireland and America that call it done at 3 or 7 years, every whisky in Johnnie Walker Black Label is at least 12 years old. I think of it as an impressionist painting that has a series of layered colours, textures and variations. So, for the soft apple and dark fruit notes, I would pull from Cardu.
Aqui eu não quero quantos anos aquele primeiro whisky do aí.
Then for a hint of sweet creamy vanilla, I would include one of our green whiskies. Finally, for a sweet smokiness, we might use an Islay whisky, so Scotland, beautifully combined in a single bottle.
So folks, now that we have our extra special Old Highland whisky, we are going to take a little look at one of our new exclusive blends called the Spring and Summer. It was created by a lovely lady called Emma Walker. So she's going to take you through all of these flavours. So take it away, Emma.
I think of the blending process as elements of nature. For our ever-changing Princess Street label, I imagine the different seasons. The tropical notes translate into the sunshine. For this Crackamore would work nicely. The fresh grass and floral notes remind me of a summer breeze on the hillside of flowers. I might use Glenkinchie here. The sweetness makes me imagine a light summer rain. For that I will use a lighter whiskey, such as Cameron Bridge.
So we're going to take a little look at our final whisky here from a man called Stuart Morrison, who will take you through all the flavours that are inside the Gold Label Reserve. So take it away, Stuart.
I approach the blending process as a composer creating the same beautiful melody with different instruments and musicians. For our Gold Label Reserve, which celebrates the art of blending, I started with the percussion section. The golden flavours such as stone fruits, pulled from Cardu. Next, bring on the keys. Sweet creamy vanilla. Cameron Bridge will do the trick here. Finally, the horns. The scent of honey. What better choice this year than Clyde? Bring it all together, and we have the wonderful melody of flavours that is our Gold Label Reserve.
So, as you can see, we're all about flavour, quality and innovation here at Johnnie Walker. Following the founder's footsteps, we've managed to build Scotland's largest collection of whisky. Just that we can create all of these expressions that you all love so much. But we are going to be going downstairs where we'll get some more whisky, which I'm sure we all want and desire. So if you want to leave your glasses on the shelf over there, and let's go drink some more whisky.
Também. Viu? Pequeno viu? Quando falo.
Okie dokie guys, so we are going to just floor one. Floor one, so if you want to follow me this way, we'll just go downstairs. Just gonna close these doors.
Tá funcionando agora? Tá funcionando agora?
Go this way, guys.
Não, ele mandou a gente descer as escadas.
Deixa eu lá o uísque que bebendo.
Eu tô tentando ir no banheiro.
Ei, só foi uma dose? É. Oi, vamos.
Ah, eu vou.
Explica agora que eu vou. Já indo. Vamos pro banheiro já, é?
Ali. É, mas já tá trancado. Isso tudo, é? Chegar elevador.
Não, mas ele vai subir de escada, ele tá descendo.
Subir de elevador.
Ontem saiu de frente, o homem pode falar com os outros, saiu de frente. Tá tirando ele de lado.
O que é esse negócio? Oi? Pegou fome?
Vai, Deus.
É mais chique, tá aqui.
Deixa ela fazer do jeito que ela quiser.
Certo.
Depois tirou?
Tirou.
Quem quer tirar uma minha, eu já estou preparando.
Ninguém é amado.
Vai chegando e não tá nada de vermelho. Ai, Deus, Deus.
Vai, eu viro.
Tirei 3.
So guys, I just have one question for you before we move into the next room. The question is simply, what is the proper way to enjoy your whiskey? Do you remember? Any way you like. Any way. So, without further ado, we are going to be going into this room just behind you here. We're just going to be going into here. If you want to head into the room, take a seat wherever you would like. Follow me in here. Here we come, here we come.
Eu vou me sentar lá porque eu já peguei.